Day 3, video number 2, 420 practice with some of our race mates who are going to the California State Championship this weekend in Cal Yacht Club in Los Angeles. We're going to be sailing on Santa Monica Bay, which is similar to the ocean off San Diego. So we'll be in the ocean. We were out there yesterday, today, and then probably tomorrow. This is the biggest swell of the year. And just so you know, they've changed the courses. So from the notice of race to the sailing instructions, we've gone back to just standard windward lures. Probably because there's not enough volunteers for the trapezoid course. That's a bummer. There's not even a reach scheduled, so even if they get 15 knots, they won't do a reach. Anyway, good practice. We had a good briefing. We'll see what happens today. So you immediately start steering to the jib. You watch the jib, see how her jib's full. So she's on a solid broad reach right there. Our goal is to be able to go out, start a drill, and immediately be in race mode. My real inspiration for that was Carly Keating. She's got a style, especially downwind, of race, and then she takes a quick look at the other boat. I would say Santiago's going lower than us. Very fast. We're very fast right now. If I was 9980. Okay, race, and then take quick snapshots of looking around. Maybe we're gonna get a little bad air off the bend up there. And then race. She's definitely going higher than Santi. This pole height looks pretty good. Everybody's pole heights look good. She's been very quick. Sailing a little bit on the high side. Now we're gonna get into bigger swells. So now we're gonna start to see the boat surging a little bit. I gotta think, this is not that much, this is not further left than yesterday. The wind is so, wow, look at Cam and Will have really turned on something downwind, especially reaching yesterday. Okay, here we go, big swell. She just noticed maybe she was going a little high. You can see her jib's a little softer now. So she's just a little bit lower than the broad reach she was on. Yep, beautiful trim. Okay, now the bow's gonna go up. Oh wow, this is tough. Pole heights looks good. I'm gonna have the girls on the outside here jibe, and we're gonna see how we did against Sean. We'll see if their higher force work. She's a little low. See where her jib is? So practice steering on the jibes as a skipper where you only look at the jib. Yeah, and just barely, just get the spinnaker in the right place. So it looks like she did not gain on Santiago, but let's just see what happens here. Yeah. So these guys did well. Victoria, really good spinnaker trim here. Good. You don't see how he doesn't over ease the new tack, so it should catch the wind. You should hold that corner right there. The swells make it harder to fly. Okay, so she stayed about the same. Missed that jibe. He steered to a good angle. See how his jib blew out to kind of like a broad reach angle? And the spinnaker filled better. He didn't hold it dead downwind too long. Yep, see how they hold it dead downwind. You gotta come out just a fraction high to catch the wind in the leading edge. The tight, sorry, I have to look where I'm going once in a while. Wow, Santiago and Victoria. Okay, girls, I want you guys to jibe. Now, downwind, if you can see the back side of somebody's mainsail, you're probably ahead of them. I'm really hoping they jibe soon. Okay, so port tack is more straight with the swells. That is a big swell coming. He looks almost by the lead. She's getting her spinnaker way out. She flies the kite really good there, 9882. Okay, come on. So again, I recommend watch your jib as you jibe. Turn until the jib starts to blow across, and then start slowing the turn down, but the jib should definitely get to the other side of the boat. And that helps the spinnaker catch wind. You don't gotta go any more than that. Here they go. Here goes their jibe. And we're gonna see how she did. Yeah, holding it a little low. I think you could have your mainsail a little bit fraction tighter on the jibe too, so that when you do the roll, it's at like 55 degrees. Oh, these guys just got huge wind that I don't think she got. Really good spinnaker trim here. Look at that thing floating way up there. Good first run. They're able to experiment with some little things. Santiago just got in a little bad air, that's all. He's actually pretty fast. Cool. So, about the same. These guys had one puff that was a little bit better. Santiago and Victoria. I think she's just looking up the whole time. I don't think she looks down at all. We can't see her right now, the one in the middle though. But that's just outstanding. Yeah, so look at this, how even these guys are. Oh, there we go, nice. She should pull the guy back more. Oh, never mind. Never mind, I thought that was good. Again, a little, I think we gotta try to come out a little higher and just fill the kite just a little better. Now Sean's in a little bit of a pickle here. We are working on lineups. This generation has a lot of coaching, and you guys got to get out and work on this stuff without the coaches. We're trying to get everybody's sails. These guys look very simple. Yeah, so today these guys are trying to take the crease out of the bottom of their jib a tiny bit. I think they were just a little over trimmed at times, and you get going slow when the waves are not pretty. Wow, I think she's going pretty good here. Ben is not yet. These guys have more twist in the jib, so their jib is looser. And it's probably luffing at the top. And we're working on fighting for lanes. Like right now, if we were in a regatta, we'd have this boat kind of rolling up just a little. The top of her jib is luffing just a little more than the bottom. See, the top windward telltale is moving just a little more than the bottom telltale. So that sometimes indicates you need to rake further forward, but it really just means sheet tighter. So I'd go both a little. I'd have her go both. These guys didn't have a good lane. They're still not a great lane, but they're more unstable. They'll go flat and then they'll heel over. Yep, see, heel. And that's the swells. They're not really able to think about the swells quite yet. What's happening as they drop into the trough? Okay, these girls look very similar to him. This looks really outstanding. Their boom looks a little lower than Ben's maybe, and a little lower than Sean, so they're raked a little further. Wow, Sean has got that jib pretty loose. He's hanging with Cam pretty well this time. Yeah, see how out? That's out. It's going to be luffing at the top. And that's what you want more when it's breezier. It's not luffing at the bottom, see that? So that would mean sheet a little tighter. Yeah, she is all over the boat, and I'm good with that. It seems like it's pretty good. These guys can go today. So I think he brought his jib in just a little bit. His main looks really perfect. His boom is right up on center line. He does not have a lot of windward sheet, so I would go ahead and go just a fraction of windward sheet when I've got this big of a lane. Now, if we had a compass right now, we'd know if this is a lefty. I don't think it is a lefty because Cam hasn't necessarily changed. Okay, Ben seems to be... Okay, just started another one. This is a little better. If we could have Charlotte forward more. The real key to speed testing too is trying to line up in the same spot every time. I've got to figure out Santi's problem. They have to have seaweed or something. I mean, they are just on a different planet. They're just, look at that. Look at this mainsail just dropping back. Now if we get headed, then the boats to leeward are gonna look good. That was almost too much heel. Looks pretty perfect. You gotta start practicing that upper leech telltale on the main though. You gotta have that sucker flowing just a little, although we are right on the edge of where you can trim pretty tight because it feels so good. Okay, their boom, I don't know if her boom looks lower. I could be wrong. See how much more twist she has, and her top telltale's flowing way more. Leech telltale on the main. Jib is right at the spreader tip. Bottom looks good. She likes a pretty flat bottom of the jib. It's really not that choppy. And I'm gonna get Sean to tack here in a little bit and see how he did. Sean looks like he's in between Ben's mainsail trim and her mainsail trim. His jib looks exactly the same. That's what we're looking for this week. We're looking to where we find our base. Based on our weight, we'll vary that a little. But what is our base? And our base is kind of lined up with the spreader tip and the top telltale flowing about 40–50% of the time. These guys look like their jib is a fraction more windward sheet, so they're inside the spreader tip by just a fraction. Their main's a little tighter, and he's not easing as much as the other guys. He's just leaning on it. Now, during speed tests, you get the boats that are to leeward to tack, and you see, was it a real gain or a loss? It looks like he gained a fraction. Yeah, and then Ben, yeah, so that was pretty even. Pretty even. Yeah, Cam's intact. See how he started up. Cam started a little too bow forward on her. So remember, you've got to be careful of that. Okay, their sails look exactly the same as they did before. She's got the jib a tiny bit tighter. Now you're steering to the chop. Oh my goodness, look at these swells out here. Yeah, baby. Look at that baby. Look at her, she's pointing at her. Here you go, she get a little puff. And then, whoop, up over the top. You're just getting launched backwards. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. This is fun. Oh my God. North Beach, Coronado, if you're watching this thing. If you're a big wave surfer, you gotta head to Coronado tomorrow. I don't know if you've ever been there, but I'm sure there's some legends over there today. Yeah, North Beach, Coronado, man. It is a south swell. It's the one time it's not a wall break. To line up right here. 4 boat lengths apart. And then if you have to hold lanes, fine. Okay, so what we did to her, she was slow. And you never know exactly why right away. I had her put a little bang on to try to stabilize the boat. It seemed like the boat was maybe too much twist in the main when she was 2 blocks still, and she was losing power. Okay. Ben has been faster today. He looks really good. Top telltale is a little more stalled than hers, I think. You got to start working on that when we're speed testing and we're really comfortable. His boom is more on center line than her. I'm wondering if she raked back. We're gonna probably try to rake her back forward just a little. I think she raked back today to try it, and it wasn't windier. It wasn't windier. You gotta sheet more when your bow goes down. Sheet, yeah. Nice. The apparent wind goes way forward when the bow goes down. Don't get weather helm, Ben. Don't get too much weather helm. Don't get too much weather helm. And board high enough so the boat's rocking a little. The higher the board, the more it will rock. Sean's jib is still out, so he's still above a dead run. But if you get by the lee, you'd be in the guy's bad air, and which he's not. See how she does that? She just kind of relaxes her front arm. She just kind of relaxes it, and the pull goes forward as they serve. Now she squares it. She squares by just pulling down towards her hip. Yeah, see how her hand's down by her hip. Eases a little, her hand rises up. Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah, and there's times where her hand just pushes out. Okay, Ben, I'm gonna get Ben to jibe in a little while and see. Okay, so now let's look at this test, okay? Downwind, if you can see the backside of somebody's mainsail, then you're ahead of them. I'm in a 420 right now, and I'm going the same speed as these guys, or a little faster. I'm even with Ben right now. I can barely see the back of his main. If I jibed right now, he'd get me on starboard. There, see, I can see the back. Now, as I get up here, I'm starting to see more of the back of the main. I'm still pretty even with Cam. See, I can see just a little of the red, not the black and white kite, but the one right next to him. That's Sean. I can see the back of his main a little, so I'm probably close. I can't see the back of her main barely, but I think she's ahead of me. Okay, I can see Ben easily, so I'm ahead of Ben now. I'm ahead of Santiago now. So that's your downwind test. You can look at boats all the way to the other side of the bay, and that will help determine. Testing, you often have the outside boat jibe and come across, yeah, Sean, and see how you did. Sometimes the crew's like, oh, we're losing, oh, we're losing, oh, we're losing. And then you jibe and you find out, oh, well, in this case, I think you are losing. She's just committedly higher than they are. She's just committed to going higher. Ben did lose. So you can see those guys have chosen the low road. She's chosen the higher road. I don't know if you remember the video just a minute ago. Oh my God, Sean. He's just getting such a good feel. He got 5th in the Perry series this last year. And that was after having kind of a rough first one. I think she's game. Yeah, see, she did a better job that. She sheeted in a little on that. Shoot, I missed that jibe. It looks like they came out. She's gonna cross. So I like her commitment to kind of a high course. And they ended up being about the same. And the wind is coming from over there. If the wind shifts over there, it makes them a windward mark and it makes him a leeward mark. So who gains? When the wind shifts from Mexico, Ben will gain because he'll come back on a starboard tack header. And these guys will be on a port tack lift. Now, I think they can see the back of Ben's mainsail easily. Ben might have kelp again. We won't have this much kelp this week. Lifted. The wind might be lifting her. That's why she's lost her kite. Wow, lower the bolt. Yeah, I think the wind has shifted from Mexico. I think she needs to jibe. Okay, so Cam and Will have gone faster. Oh, look at this swell. Yeah, baby. Okay, let's see how they did. I think Sean's got them. But if this is a shift from Mexico, they should have gained out here. You almost always want to check back in. I'll get on boats and all of a sudden the crew's like, oh my God, we lost a bunch. Oh, everything's horrible. Oh, this, and I'll jibe the boat, sail it over towards them, and it's like, oh yeah, we lost a boat length. But we have to be careful getting so upset with a 1 boat length loss, right? We can't just assume. Wow, look at those swells. This is awesome. North Beach, man. That's why I quit surfing, dude. I grew up right over there. And then North Beach, I got hammer slammed on the bottom a few times and almost drowned. I think these girls are right here. I think this is a ship from Mexico. Look at these swells. Yeah. This is just so awesome. Look at this. She's got them. She's got them. Perfect. She's got them.
See, I thought he had gained on her. I was wrong. So that's exactly what we're talking about. Okay, good. Watch Cam. He doesn't wussy on it. He turned. Look at that thing. Oh, that's all right. No, he understeered a little. See how the jib hasn't crossed yet? It's a little hard with the swell. But you got to turn until the jib crosses the boat. Then the spinnaker starts to fill. Then you turn back downwind. Looks like she takes the pole off first. He kind of heels the boat and rudderless sails the boat through the jibe. I think part of the advantage Sean has is a really good 29er sailor, U.S. national team. So he's a good 29er sailor. That's the thing about our team, is a lot of these kids sail two boats. They're not just focused only on the 420. Some are, some aren't. I like to have kids doing both, to train both, use the skills from each to complement the other. And if we just did one boat, we probably could place a little better. But most of our best 29er sailors end up doing very well in a pairing. So 3 of the top 5 are all former or current 29er sailors. 3 of the top 5 in the pairing series. This is just fun. We are getting things. One of our big goals is to get everybody looking the same. What we've done now is, if they weren't fast, I wanted them to change their jib halyard. That's the first thing you're going to change. Just ease it a 1/4 inch, trim it a 1/4 inch, just make a little change. With these ladies, we went rake forward a little more. Oh, the jib is much rounder. Yeah. So I think their jib was getting into the inside black mark. And that's like, really, it doesn't make sense when you're sailing in this much apparent wind shifts. Again, we need a compass because I think we just got a little lifted. Oh, they got a little spinnaker problem. Okay, we had Ben either rake forward or rake back, I'm not sure. It looks like he pulled the mast forward because his jib looks round and his boom looks a little higher. But definitely, if you're not fast, you gotta find little things to change. And the jib halyard tension rake is one of the first things you do. Oh, too much heel by Ben again. Yeah, he's still kind of figuring out the apparent wind shifts on the swells. You're gonna get a puff at some point. Oh my God, look at that swell. He's gotta be 5-6 footers at North Beach. Anyway. I don't know if I've helped Charlotte and Maddie get faster or not. Sean is steady Eddie, same thing. He's just sailing flat all the time. As the boat heels, he's easing the main out a little bit. She is all over the boat. She is moving. Yeah. Okay. It ain't easy. These guys look pretty good. Take a look at the sails. The jib is right at the spreader tip. Mainsail is stalling. So he could maybe ease his traveler like a 1/2 inch or something, but I think they look pretty good. He's chasing his tail a little bit. He's trying to figure out these swells. This is very common. Sean again is just faster, doing outstanding. Very light, very light. Okay, I think Ben was a little faster on that last little sprint. Let's see if he can hang in there. Gotta be a little careful of boning the jib too hard right away. Oh, Charlotte, too close. But you might just roll him. I'm wondering if she's gripping the tiller a little bit, pulling it towards her a little too hard. Yeah, Cam's getting rolled. Everybody's starting to look very similar. Boom heights, very similar. Charlotte's still rake. This boat has the most aft rake. And he has the most forward rake. Again, having a compass right now, you could tell, is this a lift? Because she is just flying. Okay, these guys look good. I think there was just more wind. See, this is all the stuff that you discuss as a team. The wind shifted left. Okay, Bang should be just snug. See how their leech is bouncing just a little, maybe? Bounce. It flexes a little. Maybe. Wow, big puff here. Yeah. Okay, good job, you guys. I think Sean's gained. He's definitely done a little number on, this is a different look in the spinnaker, right? Her spinnaker is just so floating. So a really good team would be going in and talking about, what are you thinking about as you're flying the kite? Okay, I don't know if he gained. I don't know where it is. This is super good practice, you guys. This is just getting you ready for the weekend, so you come around the first mark in the first race and you know when not to go too low. Because I think Sean and Cam have, I think these guys have gained, Cam and Will, I think you guys have gained. I wish I could get in the boat, because it's, you know, I could be telling these guys stuff and it might not work. When the coach isn't in the boat, they don't really know necessarily what's going to work exactly. I think in this case, Charlotte just got in the bad air of Cam just a little bit. That's all. I think these guys are all getting very even. I think tomorrow we've got to practice some little more roll jibe so that the spinnaker rocks properly. You heel to windward into the jibe, the spinnaker rocks to windward. Then you flatten the boat and the spinnaker rocks to the new windward side. Wow, very even. So we're working on turning the boat until the jib crosses. Shift from Mexico. And by doing that, by going all the way to a broad reach for a second, you're just going to get the kite to just get a little more pressure on it. The wind's going to catch it. If you're dead downwind, your spinnaker is going to hang out behind your mainsail. Poor video job here. The wind just shifted from Mexico. We're going to take one last look at sails. And our goal is for everybody, you know, we have to adjust a little bit based on weight. We don't have any real big team. But we want everybody looking very similar. And you don't look at the leech of your jib all the time, but if you're in the boat like this, you do. Just found out we got Benny Mitchell and Peter Eisler are going to give us some local knowledge, guys that kind of sailed a million times up there. Benny Mitchell from there, maybe Peter. You'll have to look at the video carefully and see what you think. These guys look quite round on the bottom. She's got the jib sheet in her hand. That's really good, ready to play it just a little bit. Again, we need a compass now so that we know. Are we gaining because of speed? Are we losing because of a header and we're windward of? If right now, if you were to get lifted, this side would look fast. These guys would look fast, which they do. Yeah, so I would say we're on a little lift now. Now the hardest thing in a Club 420 is where Ben is, and having to tack and go behind everybody. So he should heel to leeward a fraction, and he should just be moving his body just a tiny bit. Just when the boat gets flat, just lean in, have her not move very much at all. Yeah, now we're getting a little header. Oh, there we go. Big swell right now, jib luffs. Oh, go straight. Yeah. I think everybody's sails are getting very similar. Boom heights all look pretty darn similar. 9980 is still the boat that's raked furthest aft. You can see her boom is lower than Santi, lower than Sean, lower than Ben, lower than everybody. And that's all right. They were trying that today. They were trying a little more aft rake. And all that does is makes it so the foot of the jib comes in more further in, and we felt like her jib was coming into the inside mark all the time. So I asked her to rake further forward, and I think she'll agree it was probably a good idea, because now her jib is being trimmed more to the middle mark on her foredeck. She's doing a good job here. I think they're going to go in hopefully feeling really good. I think we're going to pack this up and head home with everybody feeling pretty even. Look pretty similar. Windward sheet looks very similar. I'm not straight behind, unfortunately. Looks very similar. That's what our goal is getting everybody looking very similar on their setup. Sail shape.